So often with my coaching clients, I'll ask the question, what's more important? Is it the outcome or the process? If the goal is we need to get the dishes done, does it matter, if the plates get washed first or the silverware gets washed first, if the dishes all get done at the end of the night? Probably not. But for some people, it actually is within marriage. For some people, the process really does matter. Some people like to have the towels folded in thirds instead of rolled.
I'll give an example from my marriage now. So, and my wife listens to this show, so I'm on shaky ground here, but that's okay. So powerful, Alisa. And what I'm hearing here is that ability to hold space and to help people see what their own superpower is, by the way, because it's not always easy to read the label on the jar from inside the jar. So helping them see what that superpower is and then holding space to bring those superpowers together. And one of the common mistakes many leaders make is telling people what to do far too often, first of all. I think that's a well-known, obvious one. But also expecting other people to do the job the way they would have done it. Instead of going, hang on a second. I'm not employing these people for their arms and legs. I'm employing them for their intellectual capability. I better stop and listen here for a while and see how they would have done it. And I've got a common saying that says, different is not wrong. Different is not wrong. So if they've got a different way of getting to the solution that you're after, stop and pause and look at it and go, okay, is this a better way than I would have done it? Let's do a reverse now. As I've given a bit of a leadership tip there. How could you put that into a marriage context, that what I've just shared there?
Well, it's so often with my coaching clients, I'll ask the question, what's more important? Is it the outcome or the process?
Yeah.
Right? Because if it's the outcome, if we're just trying to both get to, like common complaint is like dishes or laundry. Like if the goal is we need to get the dishes done, does it matter, if the plates get washed first or the silverware gets washed first, if the dishes all get done at the end of the night? Probably not. But for some people, it actually is within marriage. For some people, the process really does matter. Some people like to have the towels folded in thirds instead of rolled. And that becomes an opportunity to really build an emotional connection with your spouse to say, actually, the process does matter to me. This is something that, I do want to talk to you about. And it's a way to build, one of the pillars we talk about in the book is emotional intimacy.
Yeah.
And so when the process does matter, when you're like, yes, the outcome matters, but I also kind of feel strongly about the process, being able to step into those vulnerable conversations with your spouse. And you think about the challenging conversations you might have in leadership where you have to set aside time to do it and to address areas of concern. Same thing is true in marriage, right? When we are getting into this place of going, it's more than just where we're trying to get it, it's how we do it. And I need to share with you as my spouse, as my partner, why that's so important to me and then we work together as a team. Again, it's that co-creation that we were talking about a couple of minutes ago. How do we create a system or a process that works for our relationship so that we both don't feel the conflict or the tension, but we get into a place of unity?
We were just talking about this because for some reason, our dishwasher, the way it's set up, I like having things exactly in order. We don't put the bowls on the bottom rack. Like the bowls need to be on the top rack and all the flat plates need to be in their spot, where Elisa's like, just throw them in there and get it done. And so it was just sort of funny because we joked about it. I'm like, you know what? I can handle the dishwasher stuff because I'd rather have it in order. So when I do open it and I'm pulling something out, I know where it is. But it was just us connecting and just going like, hey, this is the way we want to get it done. And for both of us, it worked out.
Hey everyone, it's Mick Spiers from the Leadership Project, where we empower leaders with all of the knowledge and skills that they need to create amazing teams and amazing workspaces. If you're liking today's video, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Back to the show. Yeah. I want to play something back to you and see if I'm taking the right lesson from this one, because there's multiple things I'm hearing. I'm hearing taking the time to understand each other. What are your preferences? What are your emotional triggers? What matters to you? To be able to understand that in the first place. And then beyond that, there's an element of respect. And that is, I'll give an example from my marriage now. So, and my wife listens to the show, so I'm on shaky ground here, but that's okay. So I know that it's really important to my wife that I lock the doors when we're driving down the road. It's really important to her. it doesn't matter to me at all. And she probably gets upset that that doesn't matter to me, but it doesn't matter to me at all. But you know what I do? I lock the door because it's important to her. And I know it's important to her. So sometimes it's about respect and going, okay, this is really important to someone I love. So I'm going to do it anyway. And it's no skin off my nose. It's really easy to do. And then on the other side, it might be sometimes you just have to let go and go, you know what? Does it really matter if Tony stacks the dishes differently to the way Alisa does, right? So how do we balance that? Respect versus let it go and just go, it's okay.
It's coming back to this place of saying, what's the ultimate goal, right? If the ultimate goal is to have a marriage that is extraordinary, right? Not perfect, but extraordinary. And those are two different things. Perfect means we've got no margin for error. There, like everything, all the ducks in the row, versus extraordinary, which says we are in a relationship that is continuously growing. We're continuously learning about one another. We didn't stop all the growth on the day we said I do, but we continue to grow over the course of the marriage. Then we will choose to step into those conversations where we understand if it's about something that we need to actually respect and take action on, or if it's something that we can choose to let go, because we're in that growth opportunity continuously with our spouses. When we stop growing and when we say those things aren't important, that's where conflict and tension comes in. But when we step into a place of saying, you are the most, like, I made a commitment to you, you're the most important person in my life. And I'm going to actively, and again, this is not a perfect thing, this is a continuous thing, but I'm going to continue to learn who you are. And I'm going to continue, if the door locks matter, that's something that, okay, it doesn't make sense to me, but the door locks matter to you, babe. So I will lock the doors. Yeah. And on the other side, for her, what I would say is there might be times that Mick forgets to lock the doors. Doesn't necessarily mean it's World War III. It's just an opportunity to say, hey, honey, you know what? I really do appreciate it when you lock those doors. And you're likely going to go click. And it doesn't have to be a defensive thing. It's just that sweet reminder of this is something that's important to me. And that allows you to have both the when do I let it go and how do I experience it, offer respect.
Hey everyone, it's Mick Spiers from the Leadership Project, where we empower leaders with the knowledge and skills that they need to create amazing teams and amazing workspaces. If you're enjoying our content, please do remember to hit like, subscribe, and that little notification bell so that you can be notified of all of our future videos. In the meantime, please do take care, look out for each other, and join us on this journey as we learn together and lead together.